Welcome back to Eugene's birthday special, everybody, in which it's time to play Jeopardy for the SNES. Let's see if we can win a bundle in this game. Alrighty. Alright, here we go. The Jeopardy round. Let's begin. We're going to be dealing with these categories. What's in a name? Kings and Queens. Fine China. Music. Famous cows. And finally, the 1950s. Alright, I'll start things off with the famous cows 100.
The answer is...
Her cow was said to have started the Great Chicago Fire. Who is Mrs. O'Leary? I'll take famous cows 200.
The answer is...
Wife of Elmer, she's the Borden cow. Who is, Bessie? No. Rob. Oh, he doesn't know. It's Elsie. Famous cows 300.
The answer is...
The emotional state of the Carnation Company's cows. What is condensed? No, that's wrong too. Oh, well, Rob doesn't know either. Contented. Oh. Music 100.
The answer is...
Fourth note of the musical scale. It's a long, long way to run. What is fa? Music 200.
The answer is...
Piano style sprung from the blues. It describes Betty's bugle boy. What is boogie woogie? Music 300.
The answer is...
Tyrolean trick of moving the voice from natural to falsetto. Rob. Yodeling. Alright. Music 400.
The answer is...
The male voice ranging lower than tenor and higher than bass. What is baritone? Music 500.
The answer is...
Italian for first lady, the leading opera singer in a company. What is prima donna? Let's go back to a famous cows for 400.
The answer is...
Breeds were named for Guernsey and this other Channel island where they were developed. Sue. Oh, Jersey. Okay. Kings and Queens 100.
The answer is...
Hers was the longest reign in English history. Who is Queen Victoria? Elizabeth. I meant to say Queen Victoria, and I even said it out loud. My brain was playing tricks on me. I know it's Queen Victoria, I just don't know why I put Queen Elizabeth. Frick. I gotta get it together. Find China 100.
The answer is...
Though Delphi was first produced in this country, it's also made in England. What is the Netherlands? That's more like it. Find China 200.
The answer is...
The trademark of the Meissen porcelain factory is two of these weapons, crossed. What are swords? Find China 300.
The answer is...
In 1757, the Sevres China factory named a new collar, not a hairstyle, for this mistress of Louis the 15th, who is Madame de Pompadour. Find China 400.
The answer is...
First name shared by the great 18th century potters Spode and Wedgwood. Rob. Josiah. Now Rob has a little bit of cash. Famous cows 500.
The answer is...
Cow seen in Mickey Mouse cartoons who shares her name with the male Howdy Doody character, who's Clarabelle. Let's take Find China 500.
The answer is...
English county famed for its colorful figurines and muscular terriers. Rob. Staffordshire. Oh, yeah. Okay. The 1950s 100.
The answer is...
A reproduction of this famous ship sailed from Plymouth, England to Massachusetts in 1957. What is the Mayflower? The 1950s 200.
The answer is...
Testifying before a Senate committee in 1957, Teamster President Dave Beck invoked this some 80 times. What is the Constitution? No. Rob. The Fifth Amendment. Oh, yeah. What's in a name 100?
The answer is...
Though his name means famous, this Dangerfield gets no respect. Who is Rodney Dangerfield? Or what is Rodney? What's in a name for 200, please?
The answer is...
Variations of this most common feminine name in Christian lands include May, Polly, and Marie. Sue. Mary. Oh, okay. Kings and Queens, 200.
The answer is...
To learn about building a navy, this great Tsar worked as a ship carpenter in Holland. Who is Peter the Great? Could we have Kings and Queens for 300?
The answer is...
Louis XVIII became king of France after this ruler's exile in 1814. Who's Napoleon? Kings and Queens 400.
The answer is...
James II fled England in the Glorious Revolution of 1688 and they became joint sovereigns. Who are William and Mary? Kings and Queens 500. Daily double. And I have $2,700. I'll make it a true daily double. Illiterate himself, this great Frankish ruler founded a palace school and attended it with his children. Who's Charlemagne? $5,400. What's in a name 300?
The answer is
Princess in Hebrew, or the lead, nobody doesn't like. What is Sarah, or who is Sarah? What's in a name 400?
the answer is
His forte is singing, not being a bean farmer as his first name implies. Fabian, uh-huh. What's in a name 500?
the answer is
State whose name comes from the coupling of its founder's name with the Latin word for trees. What is Pennsylvania? The 1950s for 300.
the answer is
In April 1955, for the first time in 33 years of publication, Reader's Digest carried these. What are advertisements? $400.
the answer is
Occupation of William Howard Mace that put him in the news. What is a baseball player? Now the last clue.
the answer is
This industrialist sold RKO pictures to General Tire in July 1955. Who's Howard Hughes? Now, if that's right, I'll be at $7,400 at the end of the Jeopardy round. Despite a rocky start, I bounced back beautifully. Rob is $1,300, Sue $800, so she will go first. Here we go. We're going to deal with these categories for Double Jeopardy. Psychology. We have lines and quotation marks. Sports. U.S. government. Literature. And finally, historic quotes. Well, our camera's low on battery, but I think we'll be able to make it. So here we go. U.S. government 200.
the answer is
Bills for raising money must originate in this branch of Congress. I'm going to say, what is the Senate? No. Darn. The House of Representatives, the other one. Oh well. But let's go to the next clue. Historic quotes 200.
the answer is
The decision was mine alone, said Truman of the use of this monumental item in 1945. What is the atomic bomb? Historic quotes 400.
the answer is
Jefferson said the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with this of patriots. What is the blood? Historic quote 600.
the answer is
In 1938, this Prime Minister said the Munich Pact brought peace before our time. Who is Neville Chamberlain? Historic quotes 800.
the answer is
Marx and Engels wrote in the Communist Manifesto, proletarians have nothing to lose but these. They're chains. Yep. Okay. Sue? Psychology 200.
the answer is
A bad one is biting your fingernails. A good one is calling mom once a week. What is a habit? Psychology 400.
The answer is.
This type of trait is the opposite of a dominant one. Ah, Rob locked me out. Doggone it. It is recessive, yep. Literature 200.
The answer is.
Homeland of authors Goethe, Remarque, and Schiller. What is Goethe, Remarque, and Schiller? I have it between France and Germany. I'm just going to say what is France. It's a 50-50. No, it's Germany. Yeah, it's a 50-50. Literature 400.
The answer is.
While Edward Tudor is the prince, Tom Canty is this other title character, who is the pauper. How about literature for 600?
The answer is.
Philip Hirp's nickname in Dickens' Great Expectations. What is Pip? Literature for 800?
The answer is.
She wrote Ramona out of concern for Native Americans. Sue. Helen Hunt Jackson, yep. U.S. Government 400.
The answer is.
The A in PAC. It's what the lobbying group wants to get from the lawmakers. What is action? U.S. Government for 600.
The answer is.
Of the 15,000 of these operating in Washington, less than half are registered. What are lobbyists? Let's take government, U.S. government, rather, for 800.
The answer is.
In August 1957, the South Carolina Senator filibustered for 24 hours and 18 minutes uninterrupted, and Rob locked me out. Strom Thurmond, yep. Historic quotes 1000.
The answer is.
In an Irish election campaign in 1970, John Philpott Curran said, "This is the price of liberty." What is eternal vigilance? Let's go back to U.S. government for 1000.
The answer is.
The Immigration and Naturalization Service is part of this federal department. What is the Department of Commerce? No. The Justice Department. Oh, okay. Literature 1000.
The answer is.
Author of Madame Bovary, he was godfather to fellow writer Guy de Maupassant. Sue. Gustave Flaubert. Yep. Sports 200. One of the two daily doubles. Oh boy. She's going 1600 on this clue. Nickname of the dragster, Don Garlitz. Big Daddy, yep. Sue has $5,200. Lines for $200.
The answer is.
In song, Johnny Cash line that follows, "Because You're Mine." And what is "I Walk the Line"? No, let's go back to sports for 400, please.
The answer is.
In 1916, Georgia Tech beat Cumberland College 222-0 in this sport. What is football? Sports 600.
The answer is.
A hackle is a long, narrow neck feather, usually from a cock used by fishermen to make these. What are fishing lines? Sports for 800.
The answer is.
After losing 737 games in just 7 years, they won the 1969 World Series. Who are the New York? I'm going to say who are the Brooklyn Dodgers. No, that's wrong. We're looking for the New York Mets. I was going that way, but I wasn't sure enough. My mind talked me into something else, but oh well. Psychology 600.
The answer is.
One who suffers from periods of depression alternating with periods of extreme excitement. What is a manic depressive? Let's go back to sports for 1,000.
The answer is.
Diving position where diver stays bent at hips with legs held straight and grasps the back of the knees. Rob. The pike. Oh yeah. Holding on for dear life. 6 clues left. Psychology 800.
The answer is.
The common name for somnambulism. What is sleepwalking? Psychology 1000.
The answer is.
The ego resolves conflict between this and the superego. What is the id? Lines 400.
The answer is.
Railroad and monopoly that fits this category. What is the short line? $600.
The answer is.
There's only one of these lines on a football field. What's a 50-yard line? $800. The other daily double, and I'll take it. True daily double. It's been called the boundary between y'all and you guys. What is the Mason-Dixon line? Now the last clue.
The answer is.
The 200-mile-long French line of defense by which the Germans bypassed in 1940 by invading Belgium, and Sue locked me out. Oh well. Doesn't matter because it's a runaway game, and here's why. Sue has $6,200, Rob $5,500, and I have $28,400. Not bad. Final Jeopardy category is U.S. states. I will go $6,600. Nope. Change that to $11,600. State with the smallest population. What is Wyoming? It's definitely Wyoming. That'll give Eugene $40,000. Let me write that down here.
The final Jeopardy answer is...
Is it Wyoming? Yep. So Eugene's going to win a total of $40,000 this game. Rob goes up to $11,000. Sue will go up to $10,400. I go up to $40,000. And I'll see you all for that next segment, everybody.